Howdy everyone, it's me once again, the one and only Killer Dan, and today I'm going to be reviewing yet another animated flick titled Shrek. As always, let's talk about the plot of this film, shall we?
Of course.
In this film, folks, there is this character whom is this big, mean green ogre named Shrek, whom loves the solitude in his swamp. He likes that lifestyle, and he finds his life interrupted when suddenly many fairy tale characters are suddenly expelled by the order of the fairy tale hating king, I guess you would say, this one character, this villain. Lord Farquaad is the one that sent the fairy tale like animals right in his swamp, and that really pisses him off, of course. So, because of this, he goes on this journey to settle the matter. And of course, on the way there, he meets up with this donkey. This donkey really becomes a real pain in the ass for him. And yeah, he doesn't like that at all. He didn't want to have any companions on the way there, let alone having those creatures in his swamp. So Shrek is the type of character to be all by himself, and he just wants to be left alone, and that's it. So yeah, things become more interesting as time goes, for him anyway. And he just gets more frustrated and more frustrated as well. And the thing is, folks, yeah, that's not the only person he meets up with. So Shrek and Donkey come across this lovely young lady over here, this princess. And Lord Farquaad is this guy right here. Yeah, he's an arrogant asshole. I guess that's the point of the character, I guess. Even though he's short, he thinks he's all that. Of course, he also has a bunch of henchmen helping him out to do some of his bidding. Well, that's rather typical, isn't it? So yeah, of course that's going to happen. Anyway, this was a pretty good film, folks. I would say I'll recommend it for those who have not seen it, because overall, this film is definitely something that's worth watching. I like the animation, I like the story. Overall, this film isn't too bad. While it may not be the greatest thing ever made, I did think this film was actually pretty solid, actually. So I did enjoy it. Even the voice acting itself isn't too bad overall. I want to call this a family-friendly movie, while at the same time, in some ways it is. But there are some adult themes in here, folks. There was some foul language in here being used. So I would say it's for the kids who are 8 years and older. But that's fine. I like this kind of humor, I guess. Some of the humor is a bit, well, rough, I guess. Which is fine by me. It's rather tame compared to some of the other stuff, I guess. But I still liked it anyway, folks. I do have to say that I did enjoy the CGI animation in this film, folks. The environments in which the characters go through are really detailed. And so are the facial expressions and the body language that they use. All of which are really, really nicely detailed. So it's perfectly framed and really smooth. So yeah, folks, check this movie out. I like it. One of my favorite scenes from the film is when the princess actually fights off Robin Hood and his friends. Yeah, that's pretty cool. But this film was meant to be a parody, and I do understand that, of course. So yeah, that's the thing, folks. I do have the hunch that they were actually taking stabs at Disney films. And yeah, that's the thing, folks. I'm not surprised. There were a few coincidences where they were actually mocking Disney for some things. And again, that won't be surprising to me. That's not surprising at all to me, because over the years, ever since Walt Disney had actually started making his animated features, he has been criticized for being sexist towards women, and that actually still is going on to this day. He's still being criticized for being sexist, apparently. It's something I never really had a grasp on, apparently, because I never understood as to why they would think he's sexist, and it just doesn't make any sense. I just found that entire thing ridiculous. So yeah, and then on top of that, folks, and again, don't get me wrong, this is not a bad movie. Again, I did enjoy this film. I do give credit when credit is due. So yeah, don't take it the wrong way. This is a solid film. But still, I still enjoy some of the older animated features like Cinderella, for example, the original one, a lot more than any of the Shrek films. I'm not trying to overhype the film or anything. It's just something I found a lot more enjoyable than the Shrek movie. So yeah, that one thing that they were making fun of is the very thing that I enjoy more than their film.
Ironic, isn't it?
One scene where Lord Farquaad is torturing the gingerbread man is for information is actually pretty good. I like that scene. It's pretty funny in its own way. The relationship between the princess and Shrek does progress in a movie. Of course, the friendship between Donkey and Shrek is something to behold, I guess. It's very special in its own little way. I like that. This was a pretty good film, folks, and I did like this movie. The characters were likable. It was hilarious at times. The humor works at times. It was a solid script, and this film is very good in a lot of ways. And I did like how it was done. And overall, I liked it. Is this a perfect movie? No, it does have its flaws, but I won't say it's a bad film. It's definitely not a terrible movie by any means. And Shrek, the first film, is definitely one of the better films that DreamWorks had made. This film does attempt to be its own thing, which is fun, I suppose. So overall, folks, I can say this film is really good. It may not be my top favorite animated feature of all time, but still, it's still a really good film. It's still a damn good movie. The music was really good. They've made so many references to other films as well. Of course, I don't want to spoil everything. You're gonna have to check this film out yourself because, like I said, I thought it was really good. I did like the character designs of this film as well. The character designs were all well made. Yeah, everyone has their own personality, their own little voice, of course. Yeah, everyone didn't come off like one-dimensional. They do come off to, I guess you say, this three-dimensional character. They go through the struggle. They go through this fight scene and all. Yeah, they even have their own little fight scenes. That's pretty cool, I guess. But anyway, I should wrap this up. Shrek gets an overall rating of a 7.2 out of 10. It gets a 7.2 out of 10 from me. As always, thanks for watching, folks, and take care. See ya. Oh yeah.